Hello, this is JG, and this is podcast Unical, Codependency No More. Oh, yeah, that's right. This is podcast number 8. Narcissistic parents and their children. What's the fuss? But before I continue, why don't you subscribe to the channel, thumbs up for the video, and also turn on the notifications.
You know, everyone deserves a second chance. Court deserves unlimited chances.
Yeah, everybody deserves a second chance. And this was a little excerpt from the so famous TV series, the TV show called iCarly. Yes, we're going to be talking a little bit about Jennette McCurdy on this podcast in order to supply examples. But what is what are the main features of narcissistic parents?
Narcissistic parents can display behavior that, at first glance, appears loving and dedicated but actually masks manipulation and control. This podcast explores these disguised behaviors, the emotional impacts on children, and how to identify and deal with this toxic family dynamic.
When love is a disguise.
I love him so much.
Pathological narcissists often use superficial displays of love and attention to conceal their true intentions. They control and manipulate partners and children, leaving them feeling confused and devalued. This type of narcissism does not manifest solely through shouting and obvious aggression, but also through actions that seem to be out of excessive concern and care. An example of excessive and toxic care a mother or father can have towards their children is when they constantly keep an eye and control every single aspect of their lives to the point of suffocating their independence and personal growth. These parents may insist on making all decisions for their children, from their friendships and hobbies to their educational and career paths, often under the disguise of protection and love. She may invade their privacy, refusing to allow them any personal space or time alone, and may react with intense guilt tripping or emotional manipulation if they attempt to assert their autonomy. This level of overbearing care can lead to significant psychological issues for the children, such as low self-esteem, anxiety, and inability to make independent decisions or form healthy relationships.
What are you doing? Where are we going?
Just wait a minute.
But how can I identify hidden narcissism? Narcissistic parents use various ways and strategies to keep control over their children. A classic example is the mother who demands academic excellence from their children. She might enroll them in extra classes and impose an exhausting study routine, justifying her actions as being for the child's benefit. However, her true interest lies in the image that the child's success projects of her as the perfect mother.
How deep is your love? How deep is your love?
One good and popular example among famous people is Jennette McCurdy. Jennette McCurdy, a former child star from her role on Nickelodeon's iCarly, has spoken openly about a toxic relationship she had with her mother, Deborah McCurdy. Jennette's mother was excessively controlling, dictating her career choices, personal life, and even her physical appearance. Deborah imposed strict dietary restrictions on Jennette, leading to eating disorders, and emotionally manipulated her to maintain control. Jennette's mother would use guilt and fear to keep her compliant, creating a suffocating environment that stunted Jennette's emotional growth and independence. Jennette has since sought therapy and written a memoir called I'm Glad My Mom Died to share her story and help others recognize and break free from similar toxic relationships. Growing up under the control of a narcissistic parent can have devastating consequences in adulthood. Children of narcissistic parents often face low self-esteem, anxiety, depression, difficulties in forming healthy relationships, and problems with emotional regulations. They may feel constantly obligated to please others and struggle to recognize and value their own needs and feelings. Contrary to popular belief, Jennette McCurdy confesses that stardom was never a dream. It was her mother's dream for her to have a better life. However, her mother's approach was unhealthy and driven by her own unresolved issues. McCurdy's acting career became a means to escape their financially challenging life, but it came at a cost. Overcoming the challenges.
Narcissistic parents are masters of emotional manipulation. They often play the victim and convince others that their abusive behaviors are acts of love. This control extends into their children's adulthood, influencing career choices, relationships, and personal decisions. The manipulation can be so subtle that even the non-narcissistic parent ends up doubting their own perceptions and feelings.
In McCurdy's case, the provocative title of McCurdy's memoir reflects her journey of self-discovery and healing. She explains that the title was chosen to grab attention and entice readers to explore her story. Ultimately, the book aims to shed light on her experiences and help others understand why she made such a bold statement. What can we conclude from this podcast? Understanding the hidden behaviors of narcissistic parents is fundamental to protecting the emotional and psychological well-being of children. If you recognize these patterns in your family, know that it's possible to overcome the challenges with self-awareness, therapeutic support, and the establishment of healthy boundaries. If you found this information helpful, please share this podcast. Subscribe to our channel, activate notifications, and leave your like to help spread this message to those who need it. Thank you very much. See you next time. Bye-bye.